Among the primary purposes in starting this podcast was to expand our understanding by hearing about our guests' firsthand experience. So I was remiss when I hadn't afforded Assaf, who was living in Israel at the time, the space to speak about his experience in the October 7th terrorist attack in Israel. Assaf graciously agreed to share what he and his family went through on a post-podcast recording. He was in southern Israel with his children, siblings, and parents when the attack began. The shelter they were told to use had no door, gunfire echoed nearby, and there was no clear guidance, only instinct, urgency, and the need to protect his family. What you're about to hear is his firsthand account of that day, the escape, the uncertainty, and the quiet weight of parenting through trauma in a world clouded by digital chaos and misinformation. Here's our conversation. All right, so we're as a postscript here. So I just asked Assaf if you could share what life is like, what happened after the conflict. And we're recording this on April 29th, 2025.
On October 7, at first it's a very kind of, I was, it were like 2 months after that it was hard for me to function. But on October 7, my sister, they live in the south, they grow tomatoes in greenhouses in the desert. And it was a holiday. It was Saturday in Israel, and I woke up hearing bombs and I don't know what around me. Everyone kind of running to the television, and you don't understand what happened. You don't understand. Even the news, they don't really tell you what happened. You see some videos for people from like, how come that you see those people running around in the city? But we were informed by the security manager to go inside the shelter, that there are terrorists that are coming toward it was kind of small village, and we didn't have even a door for the shelter. So I said, why should we go inside the shelter? Like I cannot close the door. We were very lucky. Next to where we were, there was an army base with 2 tanks with women soldiers that just went up. There was a troop that was, I don't know where it was, but not far, but on the direction, and they just saved our life by in a fight that they had. I was post-traumatic for like I was I wanted to go home. Like I took my things and drive. I live in the center, but it was like a month, 2 months that every day you have a lot of protections that you develop in such a traumatic event.
Were you with your family?
Yes, I was with my family and with my wife wasn't with us because my youngest daughter has a birthday that we're supposed to celebrate. So she was preparing their birthday. The birthday was supposed to be on Saturday, so we canceled the birthday. So we were kind of in different. Okay, so I said I want to go home as fast as possible. You don't know what roads are open, what not, where are terrorists, where not. Like it was kind of let's run. And
You were with your sons, though?
I was with my 3 kids and my family, like my sister, my brother, my parents, their kids.
What's going through your mind when you're in the shelter?
I wasn't in the shelter. There was because there is no reason for us. Like there was no door, so it wasn't something that we did. I was trying to understand what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like until noon, there was no one on the news that said what happened and where. So I was going to Telegram and saw some really bad videos that were published by Hamas about the things that they have done, like crazy videos. Like it was like, I had nightmares from the things that I saw. Uh, it was a mistake, but I had to know what happened. This
Hmm.
was the only way for me to understand what happened.
How do you, how have you moved forward? I mean, what advice do you give your kids? How do you keep sanity?
You try to protect them, like we said. You were go to the room. They don't need to see the television. They don't need to be aware of the situation. They are smart, but we are not. We mitigate them. Try to have them less involved. They don't need to. It was you cannot hermetically put them inside a silo. But I think that you protect them. And when I was a teenager, there was the war in the Gulf,
Hmm.
and I remember myself running in the night with a mask, a gas mask, into a room that with masking tapes. With we sealed the windows, and we were prepared for the chemical attack or whatever. It is also crazy, right?
Hmm.
I'm fine. Like, I'm not saying that we should go through it, as I don't think it's healthy for our health as kids, as a nation. Um, but it's part of my life because I was born here.
Yeah. Well, this is not anywhere near the same, but for growing up in the US, there's before 9/11 and after 9/11. There's sort of two different worlds.
Yes, I see a lot of commonalities between the trauma that the city of New York had and what happened in Israel, like how you wake up the day after, and your perception about things change. Your feel of you feel insecure in a way that kind of naked in some
Yeah.
sense. Like it's I um,
That's heavy.
yes.
How is life now?
Um, I'm trying to concentrate on the things that give me energy
Yeah.
and exciting for me. Um, I'm an optimistic person. I believe that maybe we didn't reach the bottom yet, but at some point we'll go up. Trying to avoid politics, although I read papers every day. I'm a news freak. Since I'm a young kid, every day I read all the paper. Like I love papers. Like I like news, and I love all papers. Like I have
You
no.
still go paper, not iPad or digital?
I like how it is. I know I watch PDFs,
Yeah,
but I like the structure
I
of
agree.
the printed paper.
Yeah,
Because then I know where everything is, and I used to it, and I like the mobile experience is less friendly.
I
Like
agree. Um, what do you think the world should know about those who are having to live this now that we don't? Or what do you think? You've got a lot of connectivity to the US. You've traveled quite a bit. What do you think we're not being exposed to? What do you think we're not aware of?
are you talking about people outside Israel about
Yes.
Israel?
Yes. About the current state and the mentality in the stress, the post stress living.
Um, Israel is an ant on the back of an elephant. Like, it's not that what happened here is disconnect from what happened in the world.
Yeah.
Uh, we need to be more united between us. Um, I'm talking about inside Israel. I'm talking about
Globally.
between countries,
Yeah.
between and just think more about each other, and everything will be better. This is like, and I feel that the world now is not going in the good direction.
Hmm.
But I hope that it's something that will settle over time. And I also I feel that there are a lot of details around this very long conflict, uh, and sometimes it's hard to understand the details, and so maybe there is something true, but eventually when it's go through not responsible or less validated journalist,
Hmm.
um, it turned into something different. And with AI today and technology, you can manipulate minds.
Yeah.
And it's actually, you see it in the election in the US, you see it in all the world, how we use social media to manipulate minds. And this is something that the world should be more aware and regulate, maybe in a way that will be less of a bad side effect to all
Yeah.
the benefits that come out of it.
Yeah. I think that's probably my biggest concern relative to AI is just, I think a person can be smart and introspective and thoughtful, but people as a mob tend not to be as much. And I think that's, well, we can end it on that, but I appreciate you sharing all of this. It was from afar. We've been sending you love, and it's just been a terrible thing to watch. But I appreciate you sharing your story.
Um, Thank you. It's I think it's important to bring those stories also. So thanks for the opportunity.
I agree. Thank you. Thanks for listening. For a detailed list of episodes and show notes, visit scalesofsuccesspodcast.com. If you found this conversation engaging, consider signing up for our newsletter, where we go even deeper on a weekly basis, sharing exclusive insights and actionable strategies that can help you in your own journey. We'd also appreciate if you subscribed, rated, or shared today's episode. It helps us to attract more illuminating guests, adding to the list of enlightening conversations we've had with New York Times bestsellers, producers, founders, CEOs, congressmen, and other independent thinkers who are challenging the status quo. You can also follow us for updates, extra content, and more insights from our guests. We hope to have you back again next week for another episode of Scales of Success. Scales of Success is an Edge West Capital production.